very warm welcome to what has been a few very cold days here. So when you're ready, we'll start all the way onto our back. I can definitely recommend using a block in today's practice. And you'll either start onto your back with your knees coming together and your feet to the width of the mat, or you come to your classic Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees to widen. And both of these asana really have a quality of relaxing the lower back, so that's wonderful. So you just pick whichever one gives you that sweetness and that release. And then I'd like you to start with your eyes closed and both hands onto your belly. Let's just take a big breath in and a big sigh out. Just taking, as always, that moment to arrive, to find stillness and to connect. And as your hands lie onto your belly, with every breath in, feel your belly rise. And then feel your belly fall on every breath out. Today, we build a little bit of heat in the practice by making movement quite expansive, quite big. Really that stormy, wind-like movement. So see if you can connect that first things first here to your breath, that big rising and falling where we just through the action of breathing massage the abdominal wall and massage all the organs that lie into the stomach here. And then maybe bring your Ujjayi breath back to the practice here to build that little bit of extra heat, to create that wind storm-like sound, which can be so nice and rhythmic for today's practice. So we restrict the back of our throat, just ever so slightly, ever so lightly, to create that wind, ocean-like sound, lengthening and deepening the breath. Half a minute of stillness here just to connect. As you continue that breath, just start to notice if you're potentially tight in certain areas, because habitually we do have that tightness into various points into our body. So just take a little body scan for yourself. See if it might be the shoulders where you can find a little bit more lightness. See if it's maybe the jaw where you can find a little bit more softness, a little smile perhaps through the corners of the mouth. Same as the eyes, the forehead, the eyebrows. Beginning to gently open up the eyes and just walk your feet hip width apart down onto the floor still. Lift the right leg up to the ceiling and flex the toes. Now, and if you can, start to interlace the fingers behind the hamstring. So try not to grab a calf or knee, but really into the belly of the hamstring. Interlace fingers grip, you'll need that. So if you can't quite interlace the hands here, just don't grab the leg at all. So otherwise, eyes, flexing those toes, we'll start, instead of pulling, by pushing. So we'll start to really confuse the wiring of our brain to then find a little bit more flexibility. So there we go. Interlace finger grips, start to push forward, like you're trying to break through your hand grip here. Super straight leg, push, 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 like you're trying to break free. We'll do this for about 10 seconds. You're halfway already. Push, push, push for 3, for 2. Take an inhale and then start to pull. And then most of the time we can pull a little further than normally. Do not let the glutes lift off the floor. Relax the shoulders down. Flex the toes a little bit more to feel a little bit more. One last breath. And then we cross the ankle, right ankle on top of the left thigh. And then grab the left hamstring here. Right hand goes through the hole, left hand on the outside. Pulling the left knee in and push the right knee away, maybe with that elbow. And so we're working into a gentle hip opening here. And again, your sacrum presses into the mat. Your shoulders are relaxing down. Definitely your head is down. 2 more breaths here. Lots of focus today onto hamstrings, hips, and shoulders. So just easing into it. Then pop your left foot back down to the floor. Interlace the fingers, this time behind your head. We'll take 10 oblique crunches. Left elbow to the right knee. So we come up, inhale, and exhale down. I don't want you to actually touch the knee, so push that knee away from you so we stay into that hip opening as you come up and curl up. Really lift 2 shoulders, so you lift and then crunch. Trying to come closer to the right knee as you're still pushing that right knee away from you. Let's do 5 more. And again, we're just warming up. And 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Good, and we'll change over sides. Now right foot comes down. Left leg lifts up and interlace the fingers if you can behind the hamstring, otherwise don't grab it. And there we go, guys. We have about 10 seconds to push that leg forward with a lot of strength. Nice and straight leg. Push, push, push into that hand to the back of your mat. Rewire the brain to increase the flexibility. Push, 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 push for 5, 4, 3. Take a big breath in. 2. And 1, pull. Keep the glutes down. Always be gentle with the pull. Flex the toes. Big breath here as we're stretching, okay? 1 more full round of breath. And right left ankle goes onto the right thigh. Okay, left hand through the hole, right hand on the outside as we interlace the fingers behind the right hamstring. Pulling the right knee towards us and the left knee away. Figure 4, you thread the needle. Relax the shoulders again, the jaw, even though there's a little bit of strength involved. Try and not kind of tighten or harden up into those points where it's just not quite necessary. 1 more big breath here. Right foot steps down, interlacing the fingers behind our head. 10 crunches to the left side. Lift and squeeze. Use your breath. Push the knee away. Try not to actually be able to touch the knee. So we're having that hip opening and the oblique strengths come together. Last 6. 5. 4, 3, last 2, and the last 1. Keep your head supported by your hands as you lie down, so we got a little shoulder opening right here as the elbows fold down. And then both legs come straight up to the ceiling. Try and straighten them out. So if pointing helps for you, do that. If you can't straighten them, that's so normal, okay? So don't bother. So there we go, a little bum lift, squeezing the lower back down and lifting just the glutes off the floor. So we're working those lower, deeper transverse abdomen. And also that area between the belly button and the pubic bone, that kind of lazy core. Lifting and lowering. Now every time you lift, I want you to feel the sensation of grabbing and hugging the lower back into the floor. So it's a lifting and a lowering, both counterbalancing and tug of war basically. Where we lift and lower and squeeze and pull. Let's do 8 more, a little quicker now. 7, squeeze, 6, and 5, relax the shoulders. 4, 3, 2, 1. Give yourself a nice little hug, the knees into your chest, and then start to rock up and down, full length of the spine. So here we go, a little bit more of that storm leg movement. Maybe a boat pose to sort of a shoulder stand, to a boat pose, to a shoulder stand. Building heat, warming up, but also just making everything a bit bigger. Last round, and then you pop yourself up and over into hands and knees. And without any cues in your guys, cat-cow. So you make that whatever you need today. You move through the spine, but let your breath be the guide here. Let the breath lead. Any kind of cat-cow, so any kind of spinal movements. Make your breath a little bit more audible here again as well. Ujjayi breath. We'll take 3 more rounds of breath. Start to grip those fingers more and more into the floor. Nice opportunity to close the eyes as well and just see if you can find a little bit more movement, especially in those nitty-gritty, really tight little spots. Good, and then when you are ready, we slowly walk the knees back just a little bit. And so that means we are in a modified plank. Shift the weight forward. Take an inhale here, look forward on the floor, and come down very slowly onto your stomach through that chaturanga. Now we tent the fingers just beside the mat here, nicely onto the fingertips, nice and wide off your mat. Inhale, come up to a cobra. You decide how high that is, okay? Shoulders are down, your lower back is so happy here. And then bring one shoulder and one ear down. You look like a bug. Inhale, come up, peel up. And then exhale, other shoulder and ear. Close your eyes, 2 more rounds. Inhale. Breath leading, exhale. Last round. Feel the front of your shoulder open, that rotated calf. Maybe you've had a lot of rounding there lately. Studying, working, sitting, or cold weather. Come back through your cobra. Big breath in and lower down slowly. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Curl your toes through your knees. Press back. Downward facing dog. Now here we are. Take a moment to just do what you need here. That can be stillness. And that can be movement. So just connect again, like we've done initially when we came to the mat. Don't look at me. Explore, feel, and take this as an opportunity to come and dive back deeper within. We'll take 3 breaths here. Can you start to engage your bandhas, mula bandhas, the pelvic floor lift. Uddiyana bandha, navel to spine drawing upwards. And then we take teeny tiny little steps forward, like even smaller than ever before. Scoop your leg into your hip socket. Feel this length into the back of the legs. So we're lengthening, but then feel that strength as you push away from the hands, and as the shoulders begin to stack, right above your wrists. Amazing to train for any inversions. 3 rounds here where we inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, waking up, moving again like the wind. 2 more, inhale, halfway lift. Can you dance this almost through? Exhale, fold, where there's very little stillness, constant movement. Inhale, last one. Exhale, fold. Curl up to stand, nice and slowly on your next breath in. Roll those shoulders down and back, mountain pose, Tadasana. Find that drishti, something that you can return to throughout and within your practice. Sun A's with a little half moon. Think about a tree blowing in the wind. Inhale, arms reach up, cross the thumbs right at the top. And then exhale, move your body to the right side, half moon, hips to the left. Stretch. Inhale, come back through center, so energizing. To the left side, exhale. Inhale, come up 12 o'clock. And exhale, forward fold. Forehead to knees, bend your knees. Halfway lift, inhale. Can you lengthen the spine? Think turtle, neck comes forward. And then step back into a high plank. Take the knees down if you like, otherwise shift forward. Draw in through the abs and lower down, chaturanga. Take your baby cobra here, shoulders down and back, toenails touch the floor, look forward, squeeze the elbows into the ribs, and then come back, downward facing dog. 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Right foot steps forward, and the left one follows. Take an inhale, halfway lift once you're there. Exhale to forward fold. Big arms rise to stand. Inhale, cross the thumbs at the top. Then we go left side half moon first. Exhale. Inhale, up 12 o'clock. To the right side, half moon. Inhale, back up. And exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. And high to low plank again. Exhale. Find your back bend, cobra, and hey, if you're ready for an upward facing dog, do it, but with space and energy. And a downward facing dog, coming back for a breath in and a breath out. Left foot steps forward, right one follows. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Big arms rise to stand. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Imagine your hands are grabbing someone else's hands coming from the sky. Hips up and forward, hard up, reach back, little back bend. 1 more inhale. And then exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Walk the feet together, exhale, forward fold. Big toes are touching, there we go. Chair pose, inhale. Good, take just 1 extra breath to lengthen the tailbone. Draw the bandhas in and up again. Sitting lower on that exhale. Then stay there, inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, reach the arms all the way behind you. Find a shoulder rotation. Inhale, arms up. Stay low into your seat, into your chair. Exhale, reach the arms behind you. Find heat. 1 last time. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Can you stay low through those legs? Inhale. Bring the hands together, thumb center of chest. Exhale, twist to the right side. So the left elbow touches on the outside of the thigh. Check that your knees are in 1 line. Now start to lift your chest. Draw the belly in. Sit a little lower and lighten through the toes. Inhale, come back forward. The legs should be burning. Exhale, right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Knees in 1 line. Chest lifts. Sit a little lower. 1 last round of breath. Ujjayi. Inhale, rise and stand, should feel so good. And exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. High to low plank, exhale. Find your back bend, big breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. We take 2 breaths here. That's a lot of movement, so take an opportunity to come back and connect. Can you create more space in your dog? More lightness in the breath. Notice if the mind at all has wandered off, away from your practice, your body, your mat. Bring the feet closer together, lift the right leg up, inhale, and take a hip yawn. Bend your knee and open up. As we do that, left heel, so you're standing heel, see if you can press that down more. Level out the shoulders as much as you can, but then lift the right knee as high as you can. Like you want to stack the right hip on top of the left hip. Flex those toes as well so we feel the thigh. Inhale, straighten the legs, square off the hips. And exhale, step it all the way forward. Good, very nice. Here is the block coming into place. Block underneath your left hand, otherwise your left hand is to the floor. Back leg is straight. Inhale, like a windmill. Right hand reaches up until 12 o'clock, and then exhale, circle, lubricate the shoulder joint as you bring it back down. 2 more, inhale. Keep strong through your legs, exhale. Can you find more space into the shoulder? Inhale, last round. And exhale. Slowly bring the back knee down, come up into a low lunge, low lunge. Nice and upright here. Relax the shoulders. Maybe bring your hands for a moment here to lengthen the tailbone. And find the bandhas to lift. And by lengthening the tailbone and the lower back, you should feel much more of a stretch into the left thigh and the left psoas. Good. Inhale here, walk your right foot a little further forward. And exhale, sit a little lower. Stay here as well for a full round of breath. And then find a halfway in between point. So halfway between upright and deepening. Bring the right hand to the back leg. Reach the left hand up to the sky. Take an inhale where you reach back and lengthen. And then big arms as you cartwheel the hands all the way down to the floor. Right heel crawls forward, forward, forward. For half Hanuman, your half splits. You might use your block here again. Keep your back knee and hip stacked. Flex those toes. And then think about a lengthening of the spine forward. 2 big breaths here. Check that your right hip bone is in line with the left hip bone. Your drishti is towards your toes. 1 more breath. Right heel comes in a little so you can step the foot down. Curl the back toes, lift the back knee, step it all the way forward. Take a halfway lift, inhale. High to low plank, exhale. Into the back bend, big breath in. And then exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Bring the feet closer together, left leg lifted up, and then bend and open, hip yawn. Think about the right heel grounding down, whether it's touching or not. Straighten that right leg out. Left knee up, up, up. Try and square off the shoulders. Flex the left toes. A full round of breath here. Inhale to straighten out the leg, then square off the hips. And exhale to step it forward. If you're using your block, it goes underneath the right hand. There we go. Inhale, strong legs, lift, and circle. Exhale, hand comes down. 2 more breaths. Inhale, left hand reaches. And lowers. 1 more, strong back leg. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Back knee comes down, lift up, low lunge. And again, if you'd like to take that little adjustment of that lengthening for the tailbone, do so. Feel that stretch. Go into the right thigh, right toes. Full round of breath here. Walk that left foot a little bit forward, sit a little lower. Full round of breath here. Find your halfway in between point. Left hand on the back leg. Right hand reaches up and back. Inhale. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down. Feel the shoulders open as you do so. Left heel comes forward. And there we go, half Hanuman again, half splits. Use your block if you like. Find length and park both hip bones straight forward. Don't forget to breathe. Your hamstrings can really be tight. And they don't want to loosen up when we kind of tighten up and tense up. So use those big exhales. One more round of breath here. Bring the foot in, curl the back toes, lift the back knee, step forward with the right foot. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step it back, high to low plank. Find your back bend, big breath in. And then we have our downward facing dog again for 2 breaths. Every day is a little different. So never judge yourself. Move and breathe and let it invite you to pause everything else. Feet come closer together. Right leg to lift, inhale. And then exhale, step the right foot all the way forward. We'll slowly here bring the right hand up. Easy open twist. So we have been here before. And then come light onto the left fingertips. And take your next breath in to slowly come up to a crescent twist. So left hand forward, right hand back. Inhale, take this further back. Right hand to the back leg, left hand up. We've been here before as well. And then really bring that right hand forward, left hand back as we open up to warrior 2. Big step, realign feet, take a breath here. And here, of course, we'll move like the wind again, reverse. Bring the left hand forward, try not to lean onto the leg, right hand back. And then exhale, stay low through the leg, right hand forward, left hand over and forward. 2 more rounds, inhale, back. And exhale, forward. Last one already, inhale, back to reverse. Big arms as we cartwheel again, all the way to the top. Right foot steps back, you can take a 3-legged flow, knees down or no flow, anything in between. Inhale, back bend. Downward dog is our meeting point. We'll just take 1 breath in between sides. Lift the left leg up, inhale. Step it all the way forward, exhale. Right hand stays down, left hand reaches up. Inhale, easy open twist. Get lightness into the right hand. Inhale your way up into a twist. And as we're twisting in crescent lunge, take it further back. Left hand to the back leg. Right hand reaches, lengthens, opens, inhale. And then open and spiral, warrior 2, exhale. Almost like that Tai Chi, which we've done before. Find your best warrior 2. Inhale, we reverse. Try not to touch the legs. Use the obliques and the torso. Exhale, and of course the legs at the base come forward. 2 more rounds. Inhale. Move the fingers like the wind. Make everything beautiful. Everything moves. Exhale, forward. Last round. Take it back. Reverse. Big arms, cartwheel all the way down to the mat. Left leg back. Maybe up. Flow down. For your back bends, we rise. And then downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Trying to contain the breath. Stay in control. Bring the feet closer to each other. Right leg to lift, inhale. Just step it only about 1 meter forward, maybe 1.5 meters. The back toes go slightward out facing. You have feet that are hip width apart, so in line with the hip bones, but then a longer step forward. And then you rise up slowly. Now here you have some time to adjust. So have your legs straight. Have a feel of the hip bones. Make sure they go straight forward to the top of your mat. Grabbing opposite elbows behind you. And if you can't reach for the elbows, then grab the forearms or the wrists. Inhale, we lengthen. And then exhale, pyramid. Coming forward with a long spine. Good. Peel more weight into the right heel and the right foot and the left hip forward. Dristi is at your right big toe or ankle. Your lower back should be straight. Bandhas in, so draw the lower belly in. 2 breaths here into our pyramid. You should feel this into the right hamstring. 1 more breath. You're always allowed to move right with the breath. Rise up. Bend through the right knee. Bring your hands forward for balance. And then slowly come into a figure 4. So left ankle on top of the right thigh. You might just lift the ankle a little higher. Make sure, please, that it's not on the kneecap. And then shimmy your hips back. The spine needs to be straight here, guys. So make sure that that's happening. Sitting back, back, back. Maybe you can even use your block here to lengthen forward. But it's your choice. Long spine. Weight into the right heel, and as you sit your hips back, you should feel the hip opening. And if you're not feeling that, then find more length rather than depth. 1 more full round of breath here. And then we slowly lift and unravel. Step that left foot behind you. Bring the left knee down, and the right one next to it, hip width apart. Good. Camel. Bring the hands right onto the lower back, fingers facing down like you're about to slide them into pockets. Push the hips forward, lift the heart up high, and look up. Elbows squeeze behind you. Find the back bend that works for you. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come out slowly. Need to sit down or come to a child's pose, your choice. 3 breaths, maybe a big sigh. One more breath. Camel always makes us nice and hot. When you're ready, come back with me to your downward facing dog. Take a breath here, realign. Left leg up, inhale. Just about 1 meter, 1.5 meters forward. Back toes lightly out. When you're ready, rise up. And then realign if necessary. Good, grab opposite elbows behind you. Inhale, round in the chest, pyramid. exhale with length, come forward, chest leaning. Softness into that front leg. Lower back is straight. Lift through the abs. Feel the left hamstring. 2 breaths. I like moving like the ocean in the wind here. It helps me to deepen rather than an isometric hold. It is up to you what you want to do here. Rising up then, hands come forward as you bend through the left knee, and then hook the right ankle on top of the left thigh. And again, lift it higher if you need to. Sit your hips back, relax the toes a little more, and breathe into that right hip opening. 3 breaths. Relaxing the jaw, maybe a little smile. One more breath. Coming out, inhale, right foot steps back, right knee comes down, left knee comes down. Now you might just take a second round of your camel, that's fine. Otherwise, curl your toes. Maybe you'd like to progress with me. And it's only if that first camel already felt like, yeah. Hands onto the lower back to begin with. Good, so repeat with the previous cues for another round of camel. Otherwise, push the hips forward, reach the right hand all the way up. And then behind you onto the heel. Left hand up. And behind you onto the heel. Push the hips forward, heart up. Look back. 3, 2, 1. Right hand lifts. Left hand lifts. Sit down. 3 breaths. Child's pose is okay here too. Your preference. Downward facing dog. Maybe you'd like to wash this all out with a round of flow, or maybe you just stay into your downward facing dog, so it's up to you. Taking little steps forward again, little. Coming all the way to sit down. Grab your block just in case you need it. We're going for a cow's face or Gomukhasana. Right knee to the middle of the mat. Left knee on top. If this is not working for you, you can cross the legs or come to your half pigeon. Or of course, come and sit on a block. That can help too. 2 sit bones need to be fully down, either onto the mat or onto your block. And either you stay upright because this can be just more than enough. Or exhale, you come forward and down. So be where you need to be, not your ego, but your physical body. And then see again where you might soften a little, where you might breathe into a little. Unraveling that Ujjayi breath into just natural flowing breath. Maybe every now and again not focus on that release through a big sigh out. We have 2 minutes here. slowly when you finish that third breath and just unravel yourself. Come and bring the legs forward. Maybe just kind of walk your sit bones back a little bit and then bend your knees, and if you can, grab your block around the feet. And then slowly just see if you can slide the legs a little bit more forward, but keep a straight spine. So for me, that means I need to bend my knees. For most people, if you don't want to work with your block, you can just grab those baby toes as well. So really kind of don't be sad if you feel like, oh, you know, it feels better for me as well to bend my knees a little bit. I get much more of a long straight spine. And then again, either move like the wind, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, pull and fold. Or you just hold for 2 more breaths. A really beautiful way to peel those toes back, baby toes included. And slowly rise back up. Cow's face, Gomakasana, second side, left knee down, the right knee on top. You can again do your modification. Please do what you did on the other side. Also in terms of progressing or being on the block, yes or no, exactly a replica of what you did on the other side. Please inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, maybe fold or stay and soften. Again, 2 minutes here. 2 sit bones down. If you're here with me, please feel them connected to the mat or your block. Realign where needed, soften where you can. Slowly unravel yourself. Take your block to the side of your mat as you come to lie down. Just take a moment to lie straight so the knees can get that blood rush after the big compression. We've made it full circle. We're back here. Take a sigh. Our final shape before we come to Savasana will be our shoulder stands. If you know your shoulder stand, please go ahead. The most important thing is that you should never look at me or look sideways when you do your shoulder stand. So if you're quite unfamiliar, then have a look how I'm doing it first, and then try it with yourself, looking up towards the ceiling, okay? Option 1 as well, if you do want to modify and you're not interested in doing your shoulder stand, you pop that block underneath your hips and you just have your legs up to the sky. Yeah, your modified shoulder stands, really nice modification. Of course, you can move to a wall space and pop your legs up the wall instead as well. And again, please ensure that if you do want a little bit more guidance, you look before you do. Good. From here on out, otherwise, just hug those knees into your chest, a little circling, massage the lower back. And then when you're ready, we've done some work earlier in the practice with those little tailbone lifts. So that's kind of what you want to do here, and then bring your hands to the lower back. The legs come up to the sky. Walk those elbows closer to each other, to the middle back, and then lift your legs up. Try and push them up, and kind of over your chin. And that's where you are in your shoulder stand. If you want to come out, you bend your knees slowly. You roll down, articulate the spine slowly. And then you rest. So we have about 2 minutes here at the most. So 1.5 minutes really, that would be perfect. So you're in your shoulder stand, or you're on a block, or you're up against a wall before we come to our Savasana. Keep your neck straight always, please. Looking at your toes, that's your dristi. To come out again, gently begin to bend your knees. Roll down slowly as you support yourself. And it's now time to come into that final shape, the very important Savasana. Roll the shoulders down and nestle the shoulder scapula together. Once you're there, take up a bit of space and pop some warmth on you if you're feeling chilly, so you can stay into comfort. I quite like hugging my glutes together, even letting my feet fall open. And then it's so nice to take a big breath in, again like a rush of a wind. Blow it out. Maybe it's been one of those weeks where you need another 2 or 3 of those, then do that. Maybe visualize something that you can blow out and let go, leave behind. To give you extra stillness, to optimize your Savasana, this is where I will leave you.